Welcome back, everyone. Well, I'm here down by the water to try to stay cool. It's been an extremely hot summer so far. I want to give you guys some camping hacks for this summer season when you're camping in the deadly heat. Well, first thing when you're camping out in the summer heat is site selection for your campsite. So you want a kind of a shady site to start with. Yes, that does mean more bugs, but the sun itself can be just really deadly all day if you can't get out of it. Some southern facing sites, although they are beautiful in the fall and the winter, we get that warm sun all day. This time of year, it might be just too hot for you. So I wouldn't recommend those sites. Definitely pick, if you're by water, like here, get a nice, cool, breezy site. The wind coming off the water makes a huge difference. The wind helps the bugs stay away, but also keeps you a lot cooler. So shady, cooler sites, not south facing, maybe worth your while. And things I'd recommend if you cannot get out of the sun are Mylar type blankets and covers for your tent. So I have this one right here. As you can see, it's sort of this really breathable fabric. You can see the light, you can see me right through it actually. But it is reflective, so it is going to reflect the sun. So you can kind of drape this huge blanket, it's huge, over your tent. And this will definitely keep your tent cooler during the day. You can also drape this over your car if you are a car camper, for example. So I've had this for a long time. It's sort of like a tarp. It's got these like grommets in there. For your car, I'd recommend magnets to kind of keep it attached to your car. Obviously, you can use rope to tie this down to the ground and cover your tent. But boy, does this make a real difference. It's breathable, but this metallic kind of fabric reflects the sunlight off of it, so your tent doesn't become a sauna. So these Coglins or the Mylar blankets are actually really handy. They're in a lot of emergency kits and they're really good. You can kind of like make yourself like a sun shield. You can wrap yourself in it like a cape. This does a really good job at keeping the sun out. Also, it can be used, if you're really cold, it will trap heat as well. So if you really wrap it around yourself, you could trap heat in there. But you can use it kind of as a tarp or a loose kind of cape when the sun is blazing hot during the midday. So now that you have your tent all set up in a nice shady cool spot and it's all covered in case the sun comes in, how to keep the tent nice and cool and the airflow inside the tent. There's a couple ways to do that. One, these lovely little Ryobi fans or battery powered fans, they go a super long time. This is a really small one. It also has a really handy clip right here. So people can use it in their car, even you can kind of clip it to the window. And this one holds like the really big battery, but you can kind of get a smaller battery for it. And it's got two different speeds here, the low speed and the high speed. And I've used this so many times, in the car with the dog or in the tent, especially if you're glamping. This is kind of a heavy item if you're backcountry camping, but really keeps the air moving. And if you can kind of get this over a bowl of cool water, or if you have a cooler full of ice and you blow it over that, it's going to be amazing. So I highly recommend these little battery powered fans. They go a long way. Now for more backpacking type trips, you want something a bit lighter, maybe something that you can recharge off of your little backpacking solar panel. And this one's called the Volt King. I have this as well for camping. It's a bit big as well, but you can get smaller ones. And this actually has a function as a light as well as a fan. And the fan, it's sort of really soft blades, kind of like foam. And it's really excellent for in the tent. It has a little hook. As you can see, you can kind of hook it to the top of the tent and you can kind of angle it whatever way you want for the light and for the fan. So this one is definitely USB chargeable. You can see on the back right there. And I mean, I think the battery does store some juice too, that kind of you can charge other items off of it once it's charged up. As you can see, there's a USB as well as this is like a micro USB port there. And so this is chargeable and great for backpacking, keeps you cool. And this one, bonus, it has a light. Now for your sleep system setup when it's summertime, I definitely recommend getting up off the ground. Certainly if there's a rainstorm, your tent could flood, you could be sitting in water in the morning. And also being on top of kind of a cot also helps you out with airflow. So for years and years, even winter camping, I've used these FE Active, these just little camp cots. They're just a few inches off the ground, but boy, does that ever make a difference. In the winter, it keeps you off the cold ground. And in the summertime, it gets that airflow underneath you and protects you from those little flash floods from some of the crazy storms we've been having lately. So highly recommend a little cot. Doesn't have to be super duper fancy. This one kind of folds up. It's got like these little kind of sort of like tent peg kind of things, like tent frame, I should say, rather. And so, it packs up fairly light. And this is like one of the feet of it, for example. It's got kind of this like cordage and, these little light metal frame. And it's sort of like just like a light fabric that you can see in there for the actual, for the bed itself. So it's really nice, really comfortable, and portable as well. For your sleeping bag, for example, I don't really use, in really hot weather, I don't really use a sleeping bag. You can either use a quilt, or I have this really light, it's a Thermalite reactor. It is a sleeping bag liner. So it's like t-shirt material, kind of like cotton, very breathable, want breathable fabrics. And it's really, really light. And this is actually like the shape of a sleeping bag. And so you can kind of just tuck yourself in there, get out of the bugs, and just have a little bit of something to keep you warm in the night. Keep the dew off of you, for example. Really light, easy to pack, very small. I can even kind of get this even smaller with a compression sack, but no need for a giant sleeping bag when it's like 47 degrees with the Humidex. If you feel up to it, you can use even wet towels to kind of put on top of you at night if you're really, really hot. That can be super helpful. But quilts or something like this, like a sleeping bag liner, can really help you out a lot in the summertime. As you can see, I have a little clothing change here. We're going to talk about clothing and keeping you cool and your pets cool while you're camping. So basically what this is this is a UV shirt, very breathable fabric. It's got Omni-Free, so it's a UPF 50 sunblocker shirt. It also has this part here like a hood. So if you're out fishing in that, you're not going to get your ears burnt or the back of your neck burnt at all. So I definitely wear something like this, super light. There are other kind of shirts too that you can get, but make sure you also wear your sunscreen. So right here I have the Copper Tone Complete 50. This is a spray-on sunscreen, but you can get creams or whatnot. Make sure to protect your skin while you're outside so you don't get sunburn and sunstroke and stuff like that. Certainly sunburns can get really serious really quickly. Nobody wants to be a lobster this summer. And something similar for dogs that I have for Royce is like a cooling jacket. So he's a black dog, got curly coat. If we can't get down to the water to get him cool, then what we'll do is put on this cooling vest. So as you can see here, it's kind of that same, like sort of like a metallic-y like fabric, very light fabric. It's going to reflect the sunlight. And underneath is like a chamois cloth. You can literally make this yourself. So underneath is like a chamois cloth, and it is soaked in water right now. It feels extremely cool to the touch. So this is really nice. I notice a huge difference. You can feel his back in the sun without it on. And if you go underneath with your hand, when this is on, it is a massive difference. He feels a lot better. He's not baking in the sun. Of course, we try to stay in shady trails as much as we can and keep him in shady parts of the campsite. But when we're hiking and moving between different locations, we put on this cooling vest right here. It's got two buckles, one that goes around the neck. Again, you can kind of make this yourself. And then another buckle just past his rib cage to kind of hold it on, like so. So a lot of different companies make these cooling vests or cooling jackets. I mean, gosh, they work really well for myself too. Like, you can make something like this for you too. It is so cold. You can drape it on your legs, around your neck to cool down. Yeah, highly, highly recommend these cooling jackets. Another thing people use, kind of like a cooling jacket for people, is bandanas. So if you soak a bandana in nice cold water, put it around your neck, amazing. So I used to do that a lot. I still do it. The bandana is also really good, and the buffs are good for kind of putting it around your head and your ears, kind of like this hood would do to keep the sun off the back of your head. And definitely very good to keep you guys cool. And of course, be sure to drink lots and lots of water. Water is great, but obviously if you're losing a lot of salt from your sweat, you're going to want to drink a drink that has electrolytes in it. I did a video last year about how to make your own homemade Gatorade. It's not full of a lot of junk from the chemicals and things like that. So go check that video out. I'll put it down below in the description box. That's how to make your own electrolyte replacement solution. Of course, there's lots of commercial ones available. Like Noon, for example. There's lots of different ones at health food stores, probably a little bit better for you than just straight up Gatorade full of sugar. So important to stay hydrated. Keep your activities while you're hiking and camping to the cooler parts of the day. So if you can do something in the morning, in the evening, when the sun's not so high in the sky, that is best for everyone. You don't want to get sunstroke or heat stroke out doing things in the blazing sun or boarding in the sun. Sometimes you just don't realize that you're not feeling well. So make sure to watch out for signs of confusion, dizziness, weakness, feeling really hot, sweating and then you suddenly aren't sweating. Those are signs of an urgent situation that you need to get yourself cooled down right away and seek medical attention. Thanks so much for joining me for a quick rundown of things I use to keep cool on my summer camping trips. I hope you guys are having a wonderful summer so far, staying cool, and put your hacks down below to keep us all comfortable during these heat waves. Have a great week. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.